All right. Welcome in on this Father's Day Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all of our fathers out there
And
listening.
To you.
And well, thank you. I did get a happy Father's Day for my daughter this morning
Yep.
as she headed off to work. Son was still sleeping when we left.
And I made cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, we had some cinnamon rolls this morning for breakfast, which was pretty good. So, happy Father's Day again. Got a good show planned for you today. We're going to go ahead and recap Mark's 10-week challenge results as he finished up the 10 weeks just yesterday. Crazy how fast 10 weeks goes. It just seems like
Every time.
yesterday we started this, which means we've been on the air for 10 weeks also, which is crazy as well. So we're going to recap that. We're going to talk a little about the next 10-week challenge coming up starting July 9th. So just in 3 weeks. And then in our second hour today, we're going to have, so every 10-week challenge, we give away $1,000 winner, which is for the best transformation that is voted on by our coaches and instructors. So we're going to have our $1,000 winner in studio with us for the last hour.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? It might be Mark. It might not be.
Well, we're not
They're
going to
be
talk
in
about
the
that?
studio. No.
Wait, is there something
Okay.
I don't know?
No. I didn't bring a check today with you.
Yeah.
So Mark wasn't the $1,000 winner. But our $1,000 winner will be in here in studio,
Mm-hmm.
10 to 11. So I know, like our Mother's Day show, we had pre-recorded it, but for this show today, like I wanted the $1,000 winner to be on, but
If they could,
didn't
we didn't
find
know.
out until last night.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really record the show on Saturday. So
Yeah.
Well, and we were talking about this during the week. I think on Friday with DP on his show.
We
Mo-
heard that.
Mother's Day,
Mhm.
we go all out, right?
Mhm.
Like we block off the day. We as a society is
We
what
do?
I'm saying. As
Okay.
a society,
Okay.
right? We bend over backwards to make sure we're not stepping on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day, just another day. That's all right. You know, maybe I get a new tie or some socks or
Whatever.
something. But
That's because every day is Father's Day if you're a father.
that's because we know the mothers,
Mhm.
they took the brunt.
that's true. That's true.
Yes. So they're a little bit more deserving. We were just there for,
Right.
Yeah.
we didn't really do much.
Yeah.
So they endured everything, so that's why they get a little bit more love and attention.
guess.
But yeah, I mean, every day's Mother's Day in our house.
Whatever.
So we're in here, but we appreciate Mark being here also.
Yes.
So I don't know
Father's
if the guys are doing their show next,
I
or
think
if they're
so. I think they are.
okay, cool.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mother's Day, the station's closed. Father's Day, we're open.
Right.
Mhm.
And here we are. So last night, we were out at the Holmes Lake Country Club, not Country Club, Holmes Lake Golf Course Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Celebrating the end of the 10-week challenge. It's a kind of tradition we do also at Farrell's is we throw big party. We do karaoke, dancing. We have a DJ. We have food, and everybody comes together just for a great time to celebrate all the accomplishments. So you get to see people not in their, like Mark got to see people from the 5 a.m. class when they weren't in their workout stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it took me a
And
minute to
real
recognize
clothes.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Your hair is done.
There
You're-
has
you're
been
not
times
sweaty.
that people will walk right past me at the 10-week party and not know that it's me
Yeah,
at first. Yeah.
Well, and I don't wear a hat either.
No
So
hat.
that's one of the few times of the year that I'm not wearing a hat. I actually had to get a haircut last week because
Yeah.
I go without a hat at the party. So I needed to look nice for, at least 4 days out of the year. Shave and everything,
Mhm.
look nice for everybody. So we were out there till about 11:15, and now we're up and at 'em, ready for the show. So let's talk a little bit about Mark's 10-week results. He had the ultimate accountability being broadcasting
Mhm.
and tracking his results on the radio station that he runs and that he's been here for. How long have you been here now?
9 years.
9
now.
years.
Yeah.
Yes. So everybody knows who he is. So ultimate accountability. So how did it go? Give us the numbers, your high points, low points, and we're just going to turn it over to you.
Yeah. It's been an interesting 10 weeks. I think back to the grilled cheese freak out,
Yeah.
back in like week 2, and
You're just a little baby.
well, yeah, I mean, just kind of learning about how to fuel the body in that way, and how to navigate life, and making those correct choices. I was thinking back to one of the first workouts, sitting there not being able to do a sit-up mid-workout, things like that, and then to yesterday's Ring of Fire with Jeff, and I'm not going to sit here and say I crushed it, but got through it.
Yeah,
survived.
We finished. It took us a little longer than the hour, but we got done.
Yeah,
as you were wanting to be done. And I'm
you
like,
said we would be done after
time's
5
up,
minutes.
and I was like, no, we're finishing.
Yeah.
So we just went a little over,
yeah,
but we got it
Jeff
done.
Made
we
some
finished.
false promises. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I thought my partner would be a little faster, but so we had to go a little extra.
You were wrong.
We went a little
you
over,
were wrong.
which is okay. It was still good.
Burpees are not my thing.
No, they're nobody's.
They're
thing.
nobody's.
Just
They're
saying.
nobody's saying, but they're one of the best exercises you can do.
They're really
Your full
not,
body.
but
no,
okay,
you get full
if you
body.
say
You
so.
just work everything.
But
You say so.
so yesterday, we had to test out our push-ups and sit-ups, right? And
This was my bad. Yeah, so go ahead.
So I had asked Jeff beforehand, like, I'll be able to do it before the workout, right? And he goes, yeah, that's what we'll start with. We'll do push-ups and sit-ups beforehand, and then it turned out I would have been the only one doing them.
Yeah.
So Jeff said, just do them after.
Knowing that you
go
had
home
to do
and
push-ups.
do them after.
He can handle it. Right? I mean, he went home and got cleaned up. You said you're going to have an omelet. You had let time for your arms to rest. And,
All right.
Well, and
it's good.
And that's the thing, was in the moment, like, there's no way I'm going to go home. I'm going to do like 4. Right.
Yeah.
But I learned, like, no, I can push myself a little further. I was happy with my push-up number.
Good.
I think my sit-up number could have been better, Jeff. But
we did a lot of abs.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh, you're the worst.
I am the worst.
But overall, I was happy with those numbers, and it showed me, like, it doesn't have to be like I don't die, right?
Yeah.
Right. You don't die.
Mm-hmm.
It's Nicole, I think you say that, like, what's you're not gonna die,
right?
You're gonna be fine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yep. You'll live.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of, even on workout number 60,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep,
It's
still
kind of getting those lessons in.
Yep.
Which was great. The numbers. So I lost. We'll start with the one that everyone likes, the poundage. I lost 36 pounds. Went from 317.9 to 281.6.
Awesome.
Body fat went down 6.5%. Lost 18 inches across all the different measurements.
Awesome.
Well, it's probably a little more because we take like your arm times 2 and your thigh.
Because you technically
Because you have 2 thighs,
right. You have
and
2
you have
legs
2
and 2
biceps.
arms.
I gotcha. Okay.
So it's more.
I was curious about your math there.
Yeah, because what does it say? 21.
It says 21.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 21 inches.
Okay.
If you measure both.
Yeah,
well, even better.
Because you do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how we figure it. We don't measure both. We just measure one.
Yeah.
But if you lost 1.5 inches on your right thigh, you probably lost that on your left thigh,
Similar.
or close enough. You're not going to
sure.
lose 1.5 inches on your right thigh and nothing on your left thigh. That would be
Probably not.
kind of weird.
Well, so
21 inches.
21 inches.
Yes.
We'll go with that. I'm not going to argue.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the body comp. I mean, you guys are better at reading these.
Yeah, I
things
can
than
read
I
that.
am. But what stood out to me was from the 5, from 0 to 5 week, lost muscle, and you were quick to say that that's a natural thing. You've got
normal.
less body mass that you're carrying around, but from 5 to 10, gain some of that back.
That's awesome.
Put some muscle back on.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't sure what to expect there. So that was, for me, that was
and
exciting.
it's different for everybody. We all have, everybody's bodies work differently metabolically. That's why we could all do the exact same thing. We could eat the exact same food and people are going to have different results because our bodies are different. And some people are fast, muscle builders. And then some people, their body just prioritizes fat loss at that time, in that time. So that's why we really like using the InBody, because it breaks it down and we can see that. We can see those changes and make sure it's not just
Yeah. So the cool part for you is, we talk about how you don't want to lose muscle. So if you're kind of the goal is you want to lose more
body fat
than weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and at first, trying to figure out the nutrition, sometimes that doesn't always happen. But what we saw with a lot of our members, the first 5 weeks, they lost muscle. Second 5 weeks, they gained muscle.
Yeah.
Which means that you were following the nutrition.
Nutrition was dialed in. You were pushing yourself on the strength training days.
Yes. Trusting the process. Yep. So that first 5 weeks, just for the listeners, and you went down, you lost about, my mathematician here, 17.5 pounds of fat is what you lost the first 5 weeks. But you also lost 2.8 pounds of muscle,
which is really not that bad.
Right.
Either.
I mean, when you're, some people start ferals to lose weight, some start to build muscle. So everybody has different reasons. Yeah. So, when you weigh over 300 pounds, yes, we want you to lose weight, right? We don't want you to gain weight when you start, because that's one of your main reasons to do it, was to lose weight. So the cool thing is you're able to lose all this weight and still eat over 2,000 calories a day. Like, you weren't starving yourself. Yeah. I know I heard DP had mentioned like the food restrictions. I mean, you're really not restricted to, there's really nothing you can't eat, but we know ourselves, like, when you go, when you went to Mary Ellen's,
right.
Like, and I'm actually, the power of advertising, I'm thinking about going there myself.
You should.
I thought about running up there, like, after I was done at Yankee Ridge that night, because AD was out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, or no, he was at the Wednesday night where you guys
were. I thought he was going to show up at Mary Ellen's.
Okay.
I don't know if he did or didn't, but
okay. Well, I was going to go up there, and then I'm like, but I'm like thinking, oh, this looks pretty good. So, like, the more I see it, the more I'm like, ooh, I wonder how that mac and cheese tastes. But like, so we know ourselves, like, so you knew if you went there and you ate, like, you ordered something, you probably wouldn't be able to limit your portions.
Yeah.
Because it's so
some things
good.
It's not worth it to me to only eat a little bit of, like, if I can't eat a lot of it,
right?
It's not worth it for me.
Like pizzas for me, I just don't want one piece. I want to eat the whole pizza.
Well, and so for me, this last week, I can feel this little bit of a danger zone happening, right? Because there is some relaxing going on, just mentally.
Yeah.
The 10 weeks are up.
Yeah.
That's
the
because you had weighed in,
right.
Yeah,
and it was Thursday after the weigh-in. I'm like, okay, like, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Like, it was just like this weight lifted. So I feel myself relaxing, and I don't want that to mean go back to what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that immediately.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
That can't be what I relax to. So part of me not indulging in all those various delicious places we were at over the last week was me mentally trying to stay in that zone of no, not there yet. Like stay diligent with this.
Well, and it's good to have the 10 weeks is great for, like, focusing on that, learning how to track food, learning portion sizes, but it is important after the 10 weeks to learn how to do do it without having to track every single thing. It's like, you shouldn't have to track your food forever. About everything now. About portion size, about prioritizing protein and stuff like that. So you can do that now. You can bring it back, but you really have to, like you said, just be aware and not like when Matt was here and talked about, like, not missing 2 workouts in a row and two bad meals in a row or whatever, like I don't like to say bad, but you know what I mean, like, not
we'll call them indulgent
poor choices. Yes. Yeah. 2 indulgent meals in a row, like, that's being able to rein that in and not just, like, going right back to where, because it's not like you didn't know how you were eating wasn't not ideal. You knew what you were doing that was not ideal. Now what you didn't know was what's better. What should I be doing? Now you have both of that information. So you just kind of have to keep that in the front of your mind. And then, if you start to see yourself slacking, you start to see your clothes fitting a little tighter, then you can go back to what you did. Go back and track that food for a week, 2 weeks, and then be like, okay, that's
that
why.
Sense.
It always reminds me of, I don't know if I've said this yet, but whenever, like, if I weigh myself I always know pretty much where I'm going to be, but if I weigh myself and like it's a high number, I know why. It's and it reminds me of that scene from Liar Liar when Jim Carrey was writing on his face and he's like, why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
He goes, I'm getting what I deserve and reaping what I sow. I think of that all the time. Or I say that to our fit members too when they weigh themselves and they're like, what's happening? And, like, well, what do you think? I haven't seen you here, right? You haven't been working out. You probably aren't eating right. So I always think that I'm getting what I deserve and reaping what I sow. So don't do that.
Well, let's get back to the second 5 weeks. You gained almost a pound of muscle, and you still lost 16 pounds of fat.
That is crazy.
So overall, which that goes to show that one, you weren't cutting calories, because if you were, you would have lost muscle mass. So that kind of shows us that you were eating at least what you were supposed to, maybe a little more, which is good. And you still dropped, let's see, all these math, 14 pounds on the scale. Yeah. So total, like, you went from 126.8 pounds of fat to 93.3. And what's really cool is in our body comp, it shows like these top numbers, like how many pounds of fat you need to lose to be right normal for a man. It's
actually kind of the low end of normal.
Yeah, it's like almost like perfect.
Yeah.
Like there's a normal range and then there's like perfectly normal.
Yeah.
So when you were
you're not normal yet.
No. So when you started, it was that you needed to lose 93 pounds of fat.
Yeah.
To be considered like perfect body composition. Yeah. Now you're down to 60.2 pounds.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you cut that in a third.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
In just 10 weeks. 10 weeks.
So, obviously besides like feeling good, looking better, feeling better, losing 30 pounds of fat also plays a big role on how everything is functioning inside. Mm-hmm. We've talked about how I denied life insurance. I had so much fat around my kidneys and liver and they just weren't functioning properly. Losing all of that. As far as your measurements go, you were down 8.5 inches or 7.5 inches off your waist.
I think it's 8.5.
It is. See, my math's wrong.
What?
So we're up to 22 inches now. Hey, we can find more.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. So we're up to 22 inches. So 8.5 inches off your waist.
Yeah. That one was crazy.
Well,
right.
And
that's a
all
huge
fat.
I know. Yeah.
That's the danger zone of weight gain of body composition is the midsection.
And for men, especially.
And women, but yeah.
Most guys will carry the bulk of their excess weight in their bellies.
In your organ, like where your organs are.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and when it comes to me seeing the non-scale sort of results, I mean, I talked about it before where I'd put on a button-down shirt and I'd get to button number 5 there. Like, nope, doesn't fit. Like, it seems fine the rest of the way up, but right there, it doesn't fit. All of a sudden, those shirts are fitting me again, things like that. So that's been fun for me to, I had an event where I needed to dress up and there wasn't that fear of going into the closet. I don't know if anything's going to fit. Like, I pulled something out and it worked. It was great.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
It was.
So party last night, we actually had some really cool things. You made it to the top 4 for best transformation.
Yep.
And I had when you were down to the top 4, I had.
So when we judge, our coaches and instructors judge. So every picture has a number on it and they pick their top 5. And then usually we go from top 5 to top 3 and then to the winner. But from the top 5, when they were narrowing it down to 3, the numbers were really close for 4.
There was a tie for 3 and 4.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why we did a top 4. Normally we just do a top 3, but we were like, well, let's just vote on the top 4 because it was really close. And so they're numbered. So they don't know the name. They don't know what gym they're from when they're judging, except the coaches. And then when we get to the top 3, top 4, when we're voting for the winner, the coaches don't judge. If your person is in there, your coach doesn't get to judge, just to be fair. And so that's how we do. And Jeff and I don't vote. Jeff will sit like away from the judging and people will bring him their numbers and he'll just tally the numbers. He gives me the numbers and then I go pull them out and we do the next round. So that's how we do it. A lot of times Jeff doesn't know who the winner is until the end. But that's how we do it. But yesterday,
but this time, since you were in the top 4, I didn't want any suspicion that I was gonna just rig this thing and be like, oh, Mark won, he won, he's on the radio. What, this is just a perfect storm for Farrell's,
right?
So I had one of my instructors
from the Pioneers
gym who really didn't know you at all, kept the tallies.
Yeah. In fact, like whenever you said that, a lot of people were like, well, which one's Mark? And I'm like, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
We know who it is. So, you don't need to know. It's fine that you guys don't know, the instructors and coaches, but we know. So we need to take ourselves out of that.
See, I figured you'd go the other direction and be like, well, we gotta rig this against Mark so we don't look like we're being favorable. And that's what I was gonna tell myself when I didn't win. Was I mean, they couldn't have done that.
No,
we tried, but you just did so well that we couldn't avoid it.
That's right.
I know. No, it's really tough. We had so many great transformations. And, our top 4 finishers, we had two males, 2 females, and we had a female winner. So voted by the instructors and coaches on the best transformation. So,
and she crushed it. You posted her picture. She crushed it.
It's really hard to judge because, we coach our coaches and instructors. We tell them when they're judging, like we're not judging on necessarily the biggest weight loss because they don't know that. They don't know that number. We just judge off the picture. We're not judging off of the best after picture. It's the best transformation from start to finish. Like, so that is so hard because you're literally comparing apples and oranges and bananas and pears. Like it runs the gamut. I mean, sometimes we'll have 10-week winners that gain weight because they started lean and they gained more muscle and they actually gained weight. And then sometimes we'll have winners that have large amounts of weight loss, and sometimes we'll break even, and so it's difficult. The judging is very difficult.
One of our, like, for me, is a winner we had when we were in the Des Moines area was Kate, where she had lost like 40 inches but only lost 5 pounds.
Right.
And I would show people the picture and I'd be like, how much weight do you think she lost? And they'd be like 30, 40 pounds. Because she just looked so different. Like she had lost so many inches off her waist. It was just crazy. And I'd be like, no, she lost 5 pounds. And they're just shocked. To hear that. So that's pretty cool. I mean, everybody's different. The bottom line is whatever you want to accomplish, we can help you accomplish that at Farrell's. So any final comments here on the 10 weeks before we wrap it up and head to our first break of the morning?
No, I was kind of hoping to get a recap of the evening from Nicole at some point.
Like, we'll get that next.
Okay,
we'll tackle that.
That's
in
good,
the next segment.
I'd love to hear how she recaps specifically.
My recollection
Your
of the night.
If you're listeners to the Fitness Fanatics, we always talk about it always leads to alcohol. No matter what guests we have on, we have Peter from Minnesota. We're talking about breweries. I mean, it's crazy. We go to alcohol and peanut butter usually. So it wouldn't be a Fitness Fanatic episode without talking a little bit about that.
And my partner in crime last night is watching right now.
Oh, she is.
Laura.
Okay. She's probably laughing.
So at least she's up, but she is part of the culprit of the night. But
I do want, before we go to break, I do want to just say thank you to you guys for allowing me to come and do the 10-week challenge. To my coaches, Kristen and Lance, to everyone there at 5 a.m. That was doing the 10-week with me. Troy was one of our top 4 finalists. Troy was my partner on the bag day 1.
Yeah, that's
right.
So cool.
Like he and I, we were talking last night. We never talked about it, but we were that motivation for each other. We were usually right next to each other. I'd look back like he's doing purple band. All right, purple band it is. So we had that going. The instructors there are all great. They all have names that start with K.
K or C.
K or C.
Usually Kristen, Kelly, Crystal, Christy, Carrie.
Yep.
Like I can almost write out an entire day of kickboxing instructors, and it starts with a K.
That's weird.
Crystal, Christy, Carrie, all C's. Kelly, Kristen's K. And then you get Nicole and I in there at 5 a.m.
You guys are throwing it off.
Right. Yeah. So that's a good. Yeah, they're all start with a K.
But I appreciate you guys. I mean,
you're welcome.
It's like you said. It's it's more than 10 weeks. It's hopefully a life-changing thing. I'm going to keep going. I don't know if I've said that here on the airways, but I'm going to continue with my membership.
Awesome.
And I'm looking forward to seeing where that leads. So.
Well, when we come back, we'll do a little party recap, and then we'll finish up that first hour. We'll talk kind of about going forward. You said you're continuing. So talk a little bit about that, about balancing going forward now that you're out of the competition. So we'll be right back here. Happy Father's Day, Fitness Fanatics, coming back here in just a couple minutes.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff@brokersinsurancenE.com.
Well, I'm an interior designer. A lot of builders don't have designers on staff. I'm included with our Aspen package and can make your home more custom to your taste, your needs, and your wants.
Rachel's our interior designer at Aspen Builders. She's one of the reasons that makes us really good at what we do. I'm Bob Benish, and we absolutely love how Rachel takes care of our clients.
I think the biggest challenge with building is a lot of clients are worried about all the choices. When they come in, they kind of have a deer in the headlights look. I like to ask people at the end, so what did you think? And usually they pause and they say, you really broke it up, kept it simple. We just did one meeting at a time, so I wasn't looking at all the decisions I had to make. I had plenty of time to decide things. You walked me through it all. It made it simple.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Swing for the fences with single game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Salt Dog season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays, then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days presented by Casey's. Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
Uncle Tim, some friends and I are getting together this weekend. Can you buy us some alcohol?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, it'll be low-key. My friends always say you're cooler than other adults.
Oh, well, all right. But don't let your mother find out and don't get caught. Hello, officer. What can I help you with?
Are you the uncle of Samantha?
Yes. Is she okay?
You're under arrest for procuring alcohol from minors. One of the minors drove drunk and killed the mother of 2 last night in a crash. You're looking at up to 3 years in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Don't make the same mistake he did. We need you to be the responsible adult. Underage drinking, adult consequences. There's no free ride if you provide. Learn more at projectextramile.org.
Sponsored by Region 6, Nebraska DHHS, and SAMHSA. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Happy Father's Day here from us at the Fitness Fanatics. Another
You
big.
should let me say that, but that's okay.
Well, I always do the intro.
I know.
All the next one you.
No, you can do it. It's fine.
See how this works.
I don't want to anymore.
This is basically how it was last night at the party.
That's right.
I was gonna say that.
I know.
Yeah, and then she took the microphone from me and talked for 10 minutes.
I was
Just like
saying important things.
And just like you said, just how it is on this radio show.
It's what you
It's
do.
like
I
we've been
see it every
together
week.
for decades.
Yes, we're coming up on
know.
Monday the 27th. It'll be our 24th wedding anniversary.
That's right.
Congrats.
So next Sunday, we're going to be talking Husker Road Race. So we have some football players coming in. So I'm pretty excited about that. I have an awesome story to tell them.
Oh my gosh, you and your story.
But I just cannot wait to share this with these guys. I'm going to get them. I'm going to be like
You and your
the
stories.
master motivator for these players
Oh.
next week. I'm going to get them just so fired up.
You're gonna get them to 12-0, huh?
Ready.
Yeah.
I'm going to get them pumped. They don't know it yet. I've never met them. I think Matt Masker is going to be in here, which I have a really funny story to tell about him when he was on his visit.
Oh, that is a funny
Yeah.
story. Don't tell it
No,
now.
I won't, but it's really funny. So
Yeah.
I think I got to get final word from Keith. So Keith Zimmer, who's with the works at UNL, and he's in the life skills department. So he's kind of runs up the
I'm sorry.
he kind of runs helps set up the road race, which is July 17th. So next Sunday he's going to be in along with a couple players to talk about that. We'll talk nutrition, we'll talk barrels. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun show. So that's coming up next weekend. Before we get to our party, so going forward for you, Mark, you kind of got out of the challenge aspect of it. So when Peter was on with us a few weeks ago, Peter Jensen, who won the national challenge in 2021, he was talking about how the first 3 weeks, once the 10 weeks are over, is another critical stage for you now moving forward as a fit member, because the first 10 weeks, there's a lot of hands-on, right? You have a group text messaging going on with your team, Chris and Lance, your whole team's texting back and forth. You have your starting date, your end date, you're trying to do the best that you can. Now the 10 weeks are over. Now that's done. So now going forward, it's all about finding a balance.
That the end of the 10 weeks, I always have TV movie references. Reminds me the end of Finding Nemo, when all the fish in the tank get out into the ocean and they're in their bags and they're floating, and the one's like, now what? I know, like,
I'm done.
That's all of you. You're all floating in the ocean in your little baggies.
Yeah, it's the thing they've been dreaming about their whole lives, being in that fish tank, and now they finally made it out. They're just,
now what?
Now what we do? So what's really cool about Farrell's is you're at the 5 a.m. group, because we just had somebody enroll.
I need you to stop hitting the thing. You're making you're
What-
like vibrating all these little things. So
I need to So we actually just had somebody enroll for 5 a.m. for Yankee Ridge.
Great.
Yeah, this morning. So so going forward, like 3 weeks from now, when the next 10-week challenge starts, what's really cool, I think, for our 10-week members that just got out of it. I mean, first you got to make it those 3 weeks, which are a critical moment, because there's nothing really going on at the gym, right?
Besides the workouts. But
Besides the workouts. So there's no fit challenges. There's no anything. No, now this is kind of where you're like, hopefully what you've learned over the 10 weeks, like you change a little bit your mentality and stuff like that, to where now
it's a habit.
Once you're done with that 10 weeks, you're kind of doing that ring of fire because you have to.
Yeah,
right. You're still in your 10 weeks. You're doing push-ups because you have to. Now, come tomorrow, now you're working out, not because you have to, because you want to. So that mentality shifts. But what's really cool is when the new members come in, we're going to go back to that day one workout. When, if you think back 10 weeks ago, how difficult everyone thought it was, like, oh my gosh, this is just. So now this time around, the day one, you're going to be like, wow, this is it.
Right.
But that's also not true. You think it's going to be that way. You think it's going to be easy because it's simple. It's back to the basics, but you know what you're doing now. So you're going to be punching harder and faster and kicking harder and faster. So it's humbling. I think a lot of our fit members, so
it's our longtime fit members.
They're shocked every new start of a new session.
Like, this is day 1. Yeah. I'm like, no, this is like day 2000 for some of you guys or day 3000.
You don't have that learning curve anymore. Like you're not trying to figure out what everything means. You know what it means and you're just doing it. So but it's fun too. It'll be fun for you to see the newbies coming in, the rookies, you know.
They don't know what they're doing. They're kicking while we're punching. They're like, what's going on? They're so tired.
Warm up. This one's my favorite. The punch and the kick at the same time.
You know. But now
those are my favorites.
You're gonna have people that are gonna be looking at you guys and be like, wow, they know what they're doing. So now how you were talking about you know, on DP's and Jay's show on Friday, people you don't know coming up to you, giving you a fist bump, giving you a high five, telling you how great you've done, you know, not only our instructors, but our fit members. So now going forward, you can be that one to encourage the new people. Be like, hey, I was there, you know, I just did my 10 weeks, and you can give them a high five and a fist bump after class. And then they're going to have that feeling of like, wow, I don't even know this person. And they're encouraging me, you know, which is different than just walking in and starting at, you know, at any time just by yourself. And you're like, well, I get on the treadmill, I'm done. And then that's it, you know? So that's really cool going forward as well, is now you get to help inspire other people, just like you were inspired by our fit members.
Yeah. That's when people ask me, the question I get most often is it hard? Right. And it's from both ends of the spectrum. Folks who are in really good shape and have been working out for a long time. Like, like, is it hard enough for me, basically? Or on the other end, like, can I do it?
Yeah.
And my answer to that, what I love about the class is that it's as hard as you make it, right? Like, you can, whatever your ability is, it can be as simple or as difficult or as strenuous as you want it to be. So when you're talking about that day 1 workout, like, I expect to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
But
the first time around.
Yeah. But yeah, I totally understand how it can, like, I remember Kristen and Lance specifically, because they were the two I was watching. They're the two I know, my coaches, but seeing them gassed at the end of those early workouts, and it makes sense to me now.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yep.
We were also talking last night about how more about that community aspect that you're talking about, how appealing that is, and how, again, to tailor to the sort of person you are. You totally could come in and work out in a corner, and
you could,
and that's fine, because I know some people much prefer that sort of thing, and like, it's not like you get drug into this extroverted sort of atmosphere,
right?
If you don't want that,
right?
So it's there if you want it,
yeah.
And that's, I think, for so much of what you guys have built, whatever you want it to be, that's what it is.
And that's how fitness is really for everybody, for anything, no matter what you do. And I think it takes a while to understand that. And I think that's what holds people back from starting so much, because we all start somewhere. You know, any program that you do, if you're doing a program, but Farrell's, and, you know, is good about that you're coming in as a newbie, so you're only going to be able to do what you can do. You're still learning, so it's okay. But we get that roadblock in our heads. It's going to be too hard. I can't do it. And then you have to have that mindset shift. It's as difficult mentally as it is physically, maybe more difficult mentally, to make those mind shift changes, where I like to call it willful suffering. You know, I am willfully making myself suffer right now, but it's for a good, you know, it's for the greater good. It's for your health. And then you're proud of that. Like, we don't not do things. We shouldn't not do things because they're going to be hard. We should do them because they are hard. Like, that's how you conquer your fears. So
that was a little JFK right there.
Right. But it's true. I know. But it's true. So that's, yes, it's hard, but that's why you're doing it. That's the hard. That's what makes it great, right? That was my League of Their Own callback. I have so many. I had another one too. I don't know. It's like the movie show today. I had another one, but I can't remember it. But yeah, it's that willful suffering. That's what you have to kind of think about. Is it hard? Yes, it's hard.
Well, and I think
that's hard for a reason.
Yeah.
I think working out is the easy part.
It
of the
is.
equation.
Yes.
Like, I disagree.
Well, but it's only 45 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think isn't the easy over the course of the 10 weeks, hasn't it gotten easier to get up, to come in, to do your workout?
Yeah, for sure.
But what really doesn't get easy is the eating. Like, I know for us, for me, I still battle with it. Like, not once in a while, every single day.
Yeah.
Like, do I get this? That's just because it's out there everywhere. So like, I think working out is the easy part of the equation. The nutrition is the hard part for most people. So just finding a balancing going forward, you don't have to be perfect. I think if you're eating healthy 80% of the time, you're doing really well. You just have to keep it from snowballing from a free day to a free week to a free month to a free year.
Well, and for me, I am much more likely to focus on fueling my body if I'm exercising. Like, they kind of have to work hand in hand, and keeping that mindset too, because if you start skipping class, and we've talked about this too, like, if it's okay if you're only doing so many classes a week, that's your goal, or you have something going on. But it's the days that you hit snooze and you go back to sleep. Like, you went to bed planning on going to class and then you didn't show up. Right.
Yeah. It's one thing if you plan on not going.
Right. Like, something's going on, or, okay, I'm a lot of, maybe you're not, some people don't come on Saturdays or whatever. I wouldn't recommend that, but it happens, and that's your goal. That's fine. But it's when you had an intent to do something, to work out, and then you don't do it the next day, and then it makes it easier to not do it the next day, and then if I'm not sore, I'm less likely to get that protein in. That is what reminds me to drink water and to fuel my body with protein. So it is a danger zone.
Water, you have a lot of water in here.
I do.
Are you trying to hydrate for some reason?
I was thirsty this morning, which is, I really struggle with drinking water because I am not thirsty. So it's
you're probably a
little concerning that I was very thirsty.
Yeah. So our 10-week party last night, Nicole had a lot of fun. Mark had a lot of fun.
How much time do we have for this
got
segment?
Like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay.
It's fine.
So one thing that I wish we could do, I wish we could have a 10-week party before the session starts, because I think sometimes you don't know, it's going to be fun. It's a fun night.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think
maybe our orientation should be at Holmes Lake.
Right.
With the DJ.
I don't know. Maybe.
And then more people would come, and then we get and talk to them for an hour, and then let them have fun, and they can eat a lot of food before they start.
I don't know. But no, we had a lot of fun.
Monday one can be hungover.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be like, wow, this is really tough.
That's problematic.
So we had fun. So quick recap. Mark wanted to hear your story from the 10-week party.
Tell me about last night's party.
Okay, I don't remember everything. Okay, this is the blurs that I remember. I do remember talking in the microphone. That's important. I said the things I always say.
Yeah, you were very eloquent.
Yeah. Was I though?
You were good.
Okay.
You were
okay. All right. And then highlights of the night, I remember pseudo swing dancing with a couple people. I know it was fun. I do not remember doing the splits, but the soreness I feel today definitely tracks. So that happened. I ran through the sprinklers at the end of the night because I don't do things halfway. And so I do remember being soaking wet, drenched.
Yep. So we all left at the same time. Mark and I and Nicole and our son was there.
Yep.
And there was a sprinkler going on. It was like 11:20 at night. Sprinkler going over the walkway up to the clubhouse. So Mark and I just stayed on the sidewalk,
right, head down,
and we got sprayed with water. There was no way around it. You couldn't avoid it. So I'd said something, or Margaret said something about the sprinkler.
Running through the sprinkler.
Running through it. Just like, go back to when you were a kid. You just jump.
In my mind, it was a dare.
And so Nicole goes right up to the base of the sprinkler and just, so she's just soaking wet, getting into the car. She was even wet this morning.
Yeah, the
when we
seat
got
was
here.
still wet.
The
I
seat
told
was still
him,
wet.
you know, I don't do things halfway. I live my life at
But
level 10.
the cool part is what gym out there and gym owners throw a party and drink and have fun because we're human beings.
Yeah.
We're normal people.
Yes.
Right. So
it was fun.
Yes, we're the fitness fanatics, but we want to live life also.
And
have a
I'm
little
up.
fun.
I already went on my walk this morning.
You went on a walk. We're here on the show.
So how bad could it have been?
Not bad at all.
I know, it was fun.
No, but my favorite moment is still you saying, "Guys, I'm not that bad. I didn't even do the splits."
And she had already done
after
them.
you had done the splits.
And Mark sang a little song to me last night.
I did.
I don't remember that. I'm sad.
I dedicated "Ring of Fire" to you.
And I feel like you're a good singer. You have a good voice.
I have no idea at that point of the night. I lost my voice at some point during the night.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how that one went.
Okay. Yeah.
But that one,
karaoke is fun.
I had a couple people request
that you sing it.
That I sing that one for
you,
Jeff. So
it's a classic.
I don't know how many people were there that participated in that class yesterday. Faye, just Laura, a
Or
couple people were there.
that knew you were doing it.
They've done it before.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Yeah. There's people who have done it. That's for sure.
And Mark may or may not,
like it was
threw a few bad words.
It was 10 weeks of frustration, you know, that I was finally able to get out.
I do remember you taking your perfect attendance fireball.
That's
shot.
right.
That's
I did.
right.
Attendance. Yes.
Yep, I remember that.
It's another way we celebrate giving people alcohol for coming for 10 weeks straight without missing a day.
Yeah.
So that's
if they are so inclined. We don't push alcohol.
Yeah, we don't push. You can drink water.
Right.
Too. We don't force people to get drunk.
No, no. Let's be clear.
Nicole and I didn't even drink until we became Farrell's owners.
No, we didn't.
So we were just babies when we got married. We didn't drink at our wedding because we were 18 and 19.
Yeah.
And so we just never really did the whole bar thing when we turned 21 or went out with friends or stuff you do, when you're single and that age. So we just never really did that. But once we became Farrell's owners, we had our first 10-week party back in Iowa. It was people were buying us drinks, and that's then we just drank every 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So after that,
it was a really fun night. It was a fun night.
Fun night, fun to celebrate, and we get to do it all again.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up in 13
weeks.
Yes. So, all right, we're up against the break. When we come back, just this last segment, we're going to talk about the next.
Oh, Bridget commented that she's done that class and she approved of your lyrical edits.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So Bridget,
I'm telling you, I'm speaking for the people on that one.
Yes, yes. But again, you didn't die. You had fun. You're a better person
You
for
survived.
it. So
Right.
coming up on the next segment, we'll talk next 10-week challenge, how you can get enrolled. If you have any questions for us, 4002-464-5685.
Pillar Restaurant Group is proud to announce the full opening of our brick-and-mortar venue-at-home store, Lincoln's new premier specialty grocers. This store is home to our brand new Butchery by Venue. Get the finest Nebraska steaks, hand-cut in-house by our butcher, prepared for our restaurants, and available for you to take home. With hand-selected specialty seafood, charcuterie, wine, bourbon, and liquor options. Come in today to see what we have to offer at 70th and Pioneers in the Pioneer Woods Shopping Center. Open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
People always ask, what are Jake and Zip like when they're off the air? Well, Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Oh, I forgot, Nicole. You can do the intro.
No, I said I wasn't going to.
Oh, welcome back in.
Moment has passed.
Our Father's Day edition for Fitness Fanatics here. We've been getting wrapped up the 10-week challenge that Mark just got done. In case you missed it, he lost 36 pounds. We figured he's now lost 22 inches. Lost an extra 3.5 magically over the last hour.
Bad math.
Yeah, bad math and doing that stuff in the morning.
At least it wasn't the other way around.
Yeah, you lost
That's
16 inches.
Yeah, right.
So it moved up.
Good.
I
After last night,
miscalculated
it might be closer to that. But,
That's good. That's
I miscalculated his waist measurements, and then
Slipping.
I know. I don't know why I did that.
it's okay. Look, it was a big number that I lost,
Yeah,
right? Like I
yeah.
get it.
It was
Yeah.
a big
room
number.
for error there.
Yes. So our next 10-week challenge starts on July 9th. Oh, looks like we got our
Yep.
$1,000 winner
For
has
the
made
next
it.
segment.
It's for our next segment coming up. So our next 10-week challenge starts July 9th. Anybody that hears us on the ticket or message Fitness Fanatics, you get 50% off the 10-week challenge. So you're looking at $224.50 is the total for 10 weeks.
For 10 weeks of working out.
So if you think about how much personal trainers cost, I mean, how much personal trainer for an hour a day, 60 classes
Yeah.
over 10 weeks is going to be considerably higher than that. So you can go to our website at fxblincoln.com. There's a request form that you can fill out. You can reach out to us directly. You can, message the show, message us, message Mark. You can get us on Twitter. I am at JEBigRed and you are at NK Essink. So you can hit us up there as well. So July 9th. And one thing I love about this summer session is that, now just picture this. You start, I'm going to do a Steve Sipple here. Just close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes. He does this to Jake all the time. Just close your eyes, Jake, and listen
Does
here.
Jake close his eyes?
I don't know if he does or not. I haven't been
okay.
watching the stream when he says that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
There are a couple times where I've heard him say, I'm not closing my eyes.
Right.
No, I'm not. Okay. So close your eyes.
Unless you're driving.
Picture yourself. You're going to start the 10-week challenge July 9th. You're going to go through the 10 weeks. You're going to feel amazing.
Oh, I know where you're going.
And when the 10 weeks are over, we're going to have a party on Friday, September 17th, I believe, is a Friday night. And then the
Friday
next
night party this time.
Friday night party, you're going to have fun. You're going to celebrate all your accomplishments. And then we're going to wake up. We're all going to go to Memorial Stadium to watch Nebraska, Oklahoma. And it's going to be an incredible, it'll be an incredible 24 hours celebrating the 10 weeks, partying all night. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So it's going to go by so fast.
Yeah, that will
You're going to start July 9th. And before you know it,
it's football season.
I mean, literally like 7 weeks after you start, Nebraska plays.
Partying in Dublin.
Yeah. Well, we won't be there.
Right.
I know Jake and Sip are going. Yeah. Are you going?
No.
Well, somebody has
I'd love to, but
somebody has to run the ship. It's like Nicole leaving Farrell's all the time. Somebody has to be there to do the show and to do, somebody has to run the gyms while she's out doing all of her fitness
doing
stuff.
half marathons, right? Yeah.
So July 9th, we're going to be, talking about the 10-week challenge here the next few weeks over the course of the show. So we'd love to have you join us if you're looking to, just feel better about yourself. If you're looking to lose weight, you're looking to build muscle. If you've tried other things, if you can't do it on your own and you need the accountability and the support, we would love to have you join us for the next 10-week challenge. So fxblincoln.com is where you can get all the information. If you fill out a request form, it'll go to me directly. So then I will reach out and contact you and get all the information you need.
And
so
I'm sorry, you said half off?
Half off.
Half
50%.
off.
What a deal.
I know. 50% off. We want a good entry point. Times
Right.
are tough right now. We understand that, but health is more important than ever also. So we definitely we want to get as many people in here as we can.
And if you don't live in Lincoln, because I know we have listeners just around the world. I mean,
around the world,
a couple hundred countries. I mean, just all over the place.
How many countries are there?
I don't know. There's a lot, but you can do this entirely from home as well.
Yes.
So we had a few members that did the challenge at home. Rose was one of them. She did really well.
One of our top 4. She did a lot of at-home workouts.
Yes, Diana did probably 70% of her workouts from home.
Impressive.
Yep.
So you're still going to get the support, the nutrition coaching, all of that stuff. So if you live outside of Lincoln, you can join us remotely and get the same results that you can coming into the gym. Anything you want to add before we hit the break?
And we are having like friends and family week, a
Yep.
trial week. So if someone wants to come into class and try it out for a week, that'll be
June 27th through July
that week.
2nd. Yep.
Yeah. Contact us. Don't just show up. So contact us and we'll get you set up on that. And then if you're virtual, we can get you set up with some virtual workouts too. You can try them out and see how they fit, if it's a good fit.
If you want to come and work out with Mark, 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
at Yankee Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just beware of the flying sweat, but otherwise
The sweat zone. That's okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. There's
So,
there's a splash zone.
Splash zone.
Well, we have a few celebrities that come to Farrell's. Aaron Davis comes and Chris Raff. DP's wife has started.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she does kickboxing classes.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you want to try a class, let us know.
Yeah. Just
Try a
let us
week
know.
and you can see, and then we'll have a week before the session starts.
Yep.
After that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, coming up next hour, we have our big $1,000 winner is in the house.
Mhm.
So coming back at you here in just a few minutes.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how are you?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Andy, I know you have hundreds of new Hondas on the way, but let's talk about your pre-owned inventory.
Everyone in Lincoln and surrounding areas know we sell new and pre-owned Hondas, but a lot of people I talk to don't realize that we sell all makes and models.
All makes of imports and domestics, right?
Yes. In addition to Hondas, we sell Toyotas, Nissans, Volkswagens, Kias, domestic vehicles, and we have more than 125 to choose from right now, with fresh trade-ins arriving daily.
Andy, I hear about many people choosing certified pre-owned.
They are, Charlie. It's like buying a new car with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a special low-rate financing. Best of all, the customer can take immediate delivery.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome in hour 2 of the Fitness Fanatics on our Father's Day episode. Well, we've been talking about the 10-week challenge, and Mark's went through the 10-week challenge. We talked about the party. So Mark was a top 4 finalist, but he was not the winner. So we actually have our $1,000 winner in here, Hayley Malcom.
Congrats.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Did you feel like a celebrity last night a little bit?
I was so surprised, but yeah.
That's awesome. That's my favorite, is when people are just shocked that they won. I love that. I love it.
Well, and Hayley's joined in here with her partner, Charles.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm trying not to be bitter. Didn't even make the top 4, but doing okay. And I'm very excited.
You still did awesome. Yeah.
So now Hayley won the $1,000 grand prize. So the question I have, are you sharing this with Charles? Or is it just you get to go buy whatever you want with that money?
No, we're gonna reinvest in Farrell's.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what made you guys decide to start this 10 weeks?
So we were talking about, I wasn't in a very happy place. I wasn't happy with my body or myself at that time. And I remembered, we were talking, and I remembered back when I had been at Farrell's about 9-10 years ago. And that was probably when I felt best about myself. So then he kind of took it from there and started calling Jeff and asking questions, and it just went from there.
Yeah, so, as we're talking about it, you could see, she showed me pictures, and she had done the first go round with her daughter, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah,
also.
awesome.
Yeah.
And so she was showing me the pictures, and she was talking about it, and she really got animated, and I loved that look on her face. And so once I saw that, and I'd always been thinking about doing something fitness wise myself, because let's face it, I was a tub of lard, but
don't bully yourself.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm fat shaming myself.
Right.
That's not good.
I know.
I was big boned. I don't know. But in any case, it was something that we wanted to pursue.
You're just pushing the higher end of your weight class. That's what I like to say. I'm just on the high end of my weight
yet
class.
another thing
Right.
to steal. Yes, pushing the higher end.
Yeah, that's all.
But yeah, it was. We looked into it a little bit further. I contacted Jeff and apparently ghosted him a little bit.
Yeah, there was a couple times, like I remember, and it's weird because I remember talking to you, and I was in my garage. I don't know why I remember these things. I can't remember something from 30 seconds ago, but
true story.
I remember. Maybe it's just like I remember people that make an impression on me, right? So I remember talking to you for probably 10-15 minutes. You had all these questions. We were talking about doing 4 a.m. because you played pickleball.
Yes.
Right. So
sport champions.
And you could have went to either location, and we were talking about that. And then you're like, well, because you had said like somebody you knew used to do it, but you never told me who it was. Right. So then, as we're getting closer to the session, I was sending you some messages because we hadn't had any 4 a.m. members signed up at either gym yet. So I remember texting you, be like, hey, we just had 3 people from Bryan Hospital sign up for 4 a.m. And it's nothing. Not a word. And then I remember messaging, are you going to do this? Or what? Do you have any questions? It's not a word. So then it was like, well, I thought we were going to have a couple more people at 4, because I was getting really excited about the 4 a.m. group because we were getting up to like 4, 5, 6 people, which up until this session, we would have a few at 4 a.m. So then I think just that a few days before the challenge started, you got back to me.
Well, and to be fair, I mean, you're right. I did kind of ghost you, and I apologize.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're living your whole life out there.
But you're giving us this information, and we're processing. We're talking it through, and it's like, all right, there's people there, and we talked about the previous experience and what went well, what was, and so, we finally came to that. All right, let's do this again, because 10 weeks is a serious commitment.
It is, yes.
And you don't want to just do that halfway. You want to go full bore.
Yeah.
And so I got a really good vibe from you, if that's any consolation. You factored in very positively into the discussion.
I made some good selling points.
You did. You were very, very big on vibes.
Yes.
And I just got a really good feeling about the whole thing. It just sounded like something that was worth doing. So so we didn't necessarily communicate with you, but we were definitely communicating and factoring in the information that you gave us. So
well, and that's important too, just for anybody. The timing's not right sometimes, like it's never going to be perfect, but at the same time, there are times where like if you're going to make that commitment, you both knew you were going to be all in, and that's important. Right. And that's important to, factor in. So that's good. I appreciate it when people really do put that time in, think, okay, I'm going to make this commitment. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it all the way. And that's where people have that success.
Yeah, you really have to be mentally prepared, because if you're not, like, if it's just on a whim, then it's easy to quit. Like, and you saw there were people at 4 a.m. that just came for a few days and you just didn't see them again.
Right.
So the group kind of dwindled there towards the end.
Some people came at different class times too. That's, but yeah.
We did have a message here on our Facebook stream from Joni.
Yeah.
She's a 5 a.m.er. She commented. So she's watching right now.
Yeah.
She commented and said, "I am honored to have met and known you. What an inspiration."
Yeah. So for Hayley, good job. Yes.
Well, it's definitely not Charles. So
No.
yes, no.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
See, and Joni is an honorary 4 a.m.
She is.
She's got the heart of the 4 a.m.
Well, she's a Friday 4 a.m.er,
Yeah.
right? She was attending on Friday at 4 a.m. So, and you guys saw each other in passing, which is cool. You have what questions do you have?
I mean, just working out together. That's always good. How'd you guys help each other? I think Charles is trying to beat Jeff for word count in this show today.
That's okay.
I know.
It's all about them.
I know. I know. I'm just saying, I know Hayley is the quiet one of the two, but I definitely want to make sure she gets her, yeah. Yes.
But I do think we need to talk about the nutrition part too.
Yeah. And having
the
support through
recipes that you posted in the beginning were super helpful.
Good.
And just for people to know that, the nutrition isn't like restricting, like you talked about. I mean, there's ways to make healthy foods flavorful. And that's actually where Charles comes in, because he is a great cook. And so he would take these recipes and add some pizzazz, and did a great job of reading labels and making sure our macros were where they needed to be.
Yep.
So
it got easier as the 10 weeks went, right?
It
The
is.
nutrition part gets easier. I mean, it becomes more intuitive. It comes easier to the point where, like, what ingredients you can do, and then you can kind of start having a little fun with it. And
well, you joke about Jeff eating the same thing every day.
Yeah.
We did not do that.
Yeah,
we
I'm not that
had a lot of variety and
that's awesome.
and a lot of flavor. Even in a salad, he could add a little Tabasco and spice it up.
Yeah,
Delicious.
absolutely. That's
my
awesome.
favorite spice. I love the zeros
yeah.
across the board.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
No carbs, no fat.
And you can
no
just
problem, baby.
lay it on there thick.
Yes.
Yes.
That mustard. Mustard is my friend.
And sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut.
Come on.
We bought it. We have not used it.
It's so good. Yeah. I don't know.
I can't even stand the smell of it.
But see, prior to the challenge, sauerkraut and hot dog, that's big fans.
Yeah.
I actually like sauerkraut. Yeah, I like
so
sauerkraut.
You can get those turkey cheddar sausages that we eat.
But that's also about the support system of us doing it together.
Yeah.
Of eating the same, where when I did it in the past, it was just my daughter and I, and then fixing something different for the rest of the family was hard.
Yeah. It can be hard.
So just, for us to do it together and for him to be all in was
that's
super
awesome.
helpful.
Well, and it's good too, like, what you're talking about, you're on the same page nutritionally. Sometimes when husband or wife starts, maybe they don't have the best support. I know when Nicole did her first 10 weeks, I wasn't a supportive husband. Like,
you weren't not supportive.
No, the very first time.
Oh, the long time ago. Okay.
Like what, in 05, 04, before you went to Ankeny.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't a supportive husband. I'm like, all right, I'm getting pizza. Like, that's just how I was, It wasn't until when I did my first 10 weeks in 06, and I was like, I'm pretty sure, like, I apologized. Like, I can't believe I was like that, because this is hard.
It is hard.
So having, and there's sometimes too, like, if somebody's not ready to change, but one person's ready to change, that is kind of some conflict can come there as well. So when I see couples doing it together, now you also have something else to talk about, right? Besides kids and work and all that, you can talk about ferals and this and that.
Workout.
And I'll tell you, these two, there was one morning that I was coming out. Nobody was at the gym yet, and I was coming out of the bathroom. This is what level 10 these guys are here. I come out of the bathroom, and Charles was like, "Jeff, do you have a box or something?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, there's a snake in here." And I'm like trying to process this.
It's literally like 3:45 in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
There, and so just a disclosure, Farrell's is not snake infested. Like
Never
in-
seen a snake in the gym.
yeah, 10 years
Yeah.
as owners. Have I ever seen a
crazy.
snake in there? Okay. We did have a mouse one time in Altoona that was eating protein bars and
That
swinging
mouse
from
was a
cables
jerk.
in the office. And, but we did capture that mouse eventually,
That
you
mouse
know,
was a
so that happens. But I was just like, are you kidding? Like, I'm just like thinking this is just going to be some giant snake in there. And so Charles and Hayley, I mean, I think I if I would have been there by myself, I don't know what I would have done. I would have been freaking out. But they just kind of scooped the snake up on the little mat and brought it outside and released it
was
back
a
into the
baby.
wild. Yeah, it was just
Right.
a little tiny garter snake.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, did he just say snake in here?
Yeah.
It wasn't a garter snake.
Well-
I don't know what it was.
Oh.
Because it got up in that whole little strike position, even as a little tiny.
That's cute.
Oh.
I don't mind snakes.
Yeah, we probably just released a rattlesnake
Yeah.
out in the wild. Or
Just-
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
but-
Garter
Okay.
snake I would have picked up with my fingers, but that was not.
I wouldn't have picked up the
Oh.
garter snake.
Interesting.
So that's level 10. Like you saved me.
Yes.
I mean, it was just love after that. Like I love these guys. This is awesome. I mean, I don't know what I would have. Nicole freaks out when she sees a spider.
Yeah. I
Like
don't
sometimes she'll have
spiders.
Bill get the spiders.
There was a
in the morning.
giant spider last year that was a baby tarantula. It was a gigantic. I stood on the stool.
It wasn't a baby tarantula, but
It was.
She thought it was.
It was huge. It was
Charles-
the biggest spider I've ever seen.
Charles
in my
made it
life.
out like that snake was a cobra.
Yeah, well, we had a great story. We had a great anecdote. You
Yeah.
blew it, man. You
I
talking
know.
about this little teeny tiny. No,
Yeah.
it was huge.
Yeah.
Massive.
Right.
It was just ready to just tongue coming out at
It
you.
was. It was
Yeah.
about to strike, and we saved the day.
And you got it. You saved
That's
me.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I
See,
appreciate
we have
that.
fun. 4
We do have
a.m.
fun. Yes,
Right.
it's a fun group.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have fun. People ask how I can have like so much energy at 4. Like, well, that's my job. Like,
Yeah.
if I come in and I'm just like, oh, hi guys, like all just with no energy and no pep in my step and no smiling, like, you know, I feel like I kind of set the tone for the 4 a.m. group when they come in.
And you set that tone very, very well.
But I also
Very
think
well.
that
Yes.
speaker, what was his name? Aaron Davis.
Oh,
Aaron
Aaron
Davis,
Davis,
yes.
yeah.
Talking about doing your level 10 every day. I think that was huge too, and that we worked really hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
to
what
make sure.
a lot of people last night would comment about, Hayley, how hard you work in class. Like a lot of people were just like not surprised that you won because you work so hard. You both work so hard, but as the $1,000 winner, a lot of people were like that. The 5 a.m.ers, some of the coaches, were like, I mean, from day one was just getting after it.
Yeah,
So
I didn't want to leave anything. If I left thinking that I could have worked a little bit harder,
It's a really good mindset. Yeah. I feel that way too. Like when I do a workout, I'm always, if I'm not sore the next day, something's not sore, then I'm like, man, I could have done a little bit more. I should have done a little bit more. So that's something's always sore if I'm pushing myself.
So it was those
yeah, you
two
did
things
great.
every day, bringing my, working as hard as I could in class. And then the nutrition was,
Mhm.
fast food is so easy. I feel like the stores are set up. Chocolate's my thing. You walk in any store and the chocolate is right there. You're checking out and the chocolate.
Well, it's impulse buying, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was hard. So that helped.
Yes.
Having Charles as my
And
partner.
planning,
Yeah.
you planned your meals, and we're open to try new things. That's important. You can't get those results by just doing what you've always done. You can't necessarily always try to make those bad habits fit. You don't have to lose every bad habit, but you can't just, I say this every 10 weeks. People don't believe me because I used to think this too. I used to think, I am going from doing nothing to exercising really hard 45 minutes a day. I shouldn't have to change anything. If I don't change anything, but I add exercise, I should see changes. But it doesn't work that way. And I say that to people, like, if Jeff and we teach multiple classes a day. Like I average, 16, 17,000 steps every single day. Like that's, we are high active people. And if we can't eat whatever we want, then you can't either. Like, that's what I try to tell people. Like, that's just the way it is. But it's really important to just make those new habits and get get the food right, and it gets easier. Just like the workouts, they don't get easier, but you get better at them, and then what you don't realize if you're not fueling yourself is you don't realize that you're not working at your 100% capacity. If you're fueling fast food, if you're eating, those craving foods all the time, like you're not going to be able to work as hard in the gym. So that went so well together for you guys.
I think I made that mistake the first week. I had a bad day where I ate some junk.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I felt so sick at class the next day. And I'm like, never let me do this again. Because I was miserable.
Yep.
Well, you kind of snuck them. I didn't stop you from doing it the first time because I didn't know.
Yeah.
You kind of did that on your own, away from me.
Yes.
So
like, what's this wrapper doing in your pocket?
Yes. Yeah.
What, cookies?
But
Really?
it's so true because they go hand in hand, and we say that so much, and people don't really believe it until things like that happen. So Bridget just commented on the feed. Bridget Johnson is one of our instructors, and she said that you both totally crushed it during one of my favorite workouts. We were all running around, and whenever I passed either of them, they gave high fives every time. They were totally motivating me to push harder. So yeah.
And that's from a long time member and instructor.
Yeah.
I mean, Bridget's been around for 6-7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was talking to Mark about, going forward, like when the next 10 weeks start, you had people motivating you in your 10 weeks, and now going forward, you can be their motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So when new people start at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and you're seeing them, like you're always interacting with people. Like what is really cool about you, Charles, is like we had a gal that had just joined like mid-session week 7. You're just chatting it up with her like between classes, and that makes people feel welcome, because they're walking in not intimidated.
Yeah.
And when they see, friendly faces just encouraging them that they've never met before, that gives them a feeling. It's like, wow, this place is pretty cool. That they're taking time out to talk to me and encourage me, and they don't even know my name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so that whole environment has been outstanding, and it's not the participants have been really nice, and I think we've made some friends, and folks that we'd like to socialize with at some point. You know what I mean? You have that level of camaraderie. Plus, you mentioned Bridget, the instructors to a person. Right?
Kim.
I'm not mentioning Kim. Kim gets no love. The burpee queen, no. Kim gets no love.
Wait.
No.
The burpee queen.
You're the burpee king.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're saving that one, but yeah. So Kim, if you're out there, I'm gonna find you. But if you have questions, I mean, we're sitting doing planks, right? Chatting up Sam.
Yeah.
Right. Asking her about nutrition stuff, or how we're doing different exercise. Everybody's always accessible. They're always nice. If they're not like totally upbeat like you and the aforementioned Kim, they're at least amiable and willing to take the time out from whatever it is they're doing to answer questions and to be supportive. And it's a great atmosphere. And so it's very easy to get into that mode because you want to give back what they're giving you.
Right.
So it's
yeah, that's a great way to look at it.
Outstanding experience.
That's the circle of Ferals.
The circle.
It is.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
So I mentioned
Disney's
full
gonna come
circle.
find you, man.
Yeah.
I mentioned Aaron, but you were inspired by Nicole's speech.
Well, yeah. So we're at orientation, okay, and I've seen these fitness things. I mean, not 10 weeks, obviously.
Right.
It's a little longer, and you talked about things that were a little bit different, Jeff. And so I was expecting something a little bit different, but not that much out of the norm. Okay. So we get to orientation, and right out of the gate, Nicole's like, "You're not special."
I know.
You think you got these things? Boom, boom. She's listing off all of my excuses.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you're not special. I've seen it. I've done it.
I
I've
don't
been
say
there.
it with that attitude.
Yes, you do.
I have a little attitude. Yeah.
Yes, you do. It's like right out of the gate. I'm like,
I know that stuck with a lot of people this session.
Yes.
I've had a lot of people reference that and say that they think about that as their day goes, but it's true.
It is true.
I know.
It's so true.
Yeah. So you said that, right? And then Aaron Davis follows it up with, there are going to be some days where you know, you're kind of dogging it, and there's going to be some days where you're just not bringing the full energy, and he launches into great anecdotes about it, right, with his own personal experience, which is that's Aaron Davis in a nutshell, right?
Yes.
And you're just going, so you've killed all the excuses,
right?
He comes back with all the great motivation, right? You can't help but
be
get
inspired
in there,
and be
and stay focused.
Yeah,
it was awesome. So
well, and you two were both really engaged.
Oh,
like, you know, we talk about you lean on your teammates, because, you know, we don't want this to be an individual journey. You know, one of the best things about Farrell's is the team atmosphere. So you, like you talked about, you're not just by yourself, and you were very engaged, always doing the planks after class, you know, always chatting with your teammates, listening, commenting on the Facebook post. And usually the 10-week challengers that start that are engaged like that have really good results.
Yeah, have the success.
Because you're taking advantage of all the things that we have to offer, you know, like the nutrition seminar. And if you don't come to orientation, you don't watch the nutrition seminar, and you're not engaged, like you're just in and out. I mean, that works. We talk about works for some people if that's your jam. But typically it's the ones that are engaging and asking questions that have the results.
Yep.
So, well, I believe we're up for a break.
Just like your summer resolution to hit the
I
brakes.
just don't want to get in trouble. So you
were about to say yell that.
Well, I was going to say
counter over there. I be careful, man.
Yeah.
Not usually this close. I know.
So we'll be back. If you have any questions for Charles or Hayley, you can reach us at 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman text line. We'll be right back.
When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. We try to maximize things that are important to them.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
So we really try to maximize the size, because 5 years from now, you can't just make your house bigger. The one thing I can tell you is that most builders in Lincoln, we all are about the same price. The difference comes in the products that we put in and the way we put in those products.
The old saying, you get what you pay for, is pretty accurate when you're building a home. If you put nicer windows in and you put nicer cabinets, it's going to cost a little bit more. You know, if those things are important to you, then you want to do it. We can try to incorporate in your floor plan and get a house that you're going to be happy with.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how are you?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Andy, I know you have hundreds of new Hondas on the way, but let's talk about your pre-owned inventory.
You know, everyone in Lincoln and the surrounding areas know we sell new and pre-owned Hondas, but a lot of people I talk to don't realize that we sell all makes and models.
All makes of imports and domestics, right?
Yes. In addition to Hondas, I mean, we sell Toyotas, Nissans, Volkswagens, Kias, you know, domestic vehicles, and we have more than 125 to choose from right now, with fresh trade-ins arriving daily.
Andy, I hear about many people choosing certified pre-owned.
They are, Charlie. It's like buying a new car with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a special low-rate financing. Best of all, the customer can take immediate delivery.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
My computer was a dinosaur, and our TV, well, let's just say it was definitely time for an upgrade. But finding a way wasn't so simple. And then I found it, a research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. I earned cash for the study and was able to make those much-needed upgrades. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back. Jeff has stepped away from the microphone to make me do this intro. So Father's Day show, Father's Day show, the Fitness Fanatics. This is why I don't do the intro. Didn't know this was happening today. Yeah.
You're supposed to tell me Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. I told you I wasn't going to.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And to all the fathers out there, Happy Father's Day. So,
you're
okay.
talking about you're not special.
Yeah, I want to talk about that because I must have been a little aggressive with that speech this last session because I've had multiple people bring that back to me.
Sometimes we need to be aggressive.
It's true.
Because
that's true.
Everybody's in the room together.
Right.
Everybody hears the same thing.
Yeah.
Some people take it to heart. Some people brush it off.
Yeah.
Then,
so I like to say that. And the thing that it's hard that first day too, because you don't know me. You don't know my intentions. You know what I mean? When I say that stuff.
Now. You did take the picture in their underwear.
That is true. That's
so
the extent of
you got to know Charles well.
Right. That's the extent of our interactions.
And that piece, yes. She was like, I've done this lots of times. It's like being at the doctor.
Yep.
I say that to almost everybody.
Okay, fine.
It's like going to the doctor's office. It's weird for you. I've done this. It's just another day.
I was
at the
okay
office.
till she said that. And
right.
I'm like, well, oh crap. Yeah.
Am I supposed to be? It's uncomfortable.
So you've already
it's awkward.
met on a personal level.
Yes. Yeah. So I like to say you're not special to people, but the meaning behind that, we should do it as a theme and put it on a shirt because I think special. It's really my way of saying you're not alone. Like, you're not special in the sense that everyone's scared, everyone's nervous, everyone's gonna struggle in class. Like, you are not special. But it's really the tough love way of saying you're not alone. Like, what you're going through has been gone through by thousands of people before you. So to me, that's a comfort. I tell myself that a lot when I'm, struggling with something. Like you
didn't say it in a bad way.
Okay, he said,
no. It's so good.
Right.
It was said perfectly. It's what we needed to hear.
And I hope what you took from what I said.
No, I know.
It was
just
completely motivated.
Yeah.
I thought it was perfectly delivered.
Yeah. No,
and
I know.
You put a little stank on it, which is
but
good.
It's true. It's tough love.
Absolutely.
It's tough love.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. Like, once you understand the intention behind people, then that becomes more meaningful. Like, I am not a drill sergeant by any means. Right.
Yeah. And that's not what I mean.
No,
I
know.
And quite frankly, you explaed it at the time.
Yeah.
You said it. You said you're not special. And you said why.
Yeah.
And it was like,
I think that's, and we all have self-talk, we talk to ourselves in different ways. And to me, that's my way of telling myself, like, suck it up, you're not special, let's go. Like, that's what I tell myself, and so I think that's important to kind of pass along. But it's true. It's the tough love way of saying you're not alone. that's why you have a support system here. I've said that a lot this past session, and did stick with a lot of people, but it applies to everything. It applies to everything that you struggle with in life, or a challenge that you're going through. Like, you're not special. It's also my way of saying, like, there's always someone. You think you're doing something crazy, there's always someone crazier. Like, that's my other thing. Whenever like 10-week challenge, you tell people you're doing it and they're like, that's crazy, and then no, there's a lot of people that do crazier things. There are people who run ultra marathons. There are people who do Ironman triathlons. Like, there's always someone crazier, and that makes me feel like, like I always hit that. That always makes me feel like, okay, I can do this because there's someone doing something crazier, right now. We've had a 10-week party once where I ran through a sprinkler last night at the end of the night.
She was soaking wet when you drove by, you guys.
I was drenched.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
we also ran through that sprinkler.
We did.
but-
And the person behind us did the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, but she ran through the sprinkler and he
See,
went
so
around.
once again,
But I was, but were you drenched?
no, we were not drenched. So proving the second
was-
point, we did something crazy.
I know.
Somebody else
And
came
it's
behind with
always
something
someone
crazier.
crazier.
Right? So
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I got drenched in the sprinkler, but we also have had a 10-week party where Hutch went swimming. So always someone crazier.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, that is my motivational speech. That applies to anything. Anything you're afraid of doing, you're not special. You can find someone that's gone through it before. You can lean on other people for support. Just get out there and put yourself out there and do it.
Well, and for we had talked to Mark earlier about this too, for you guys going forward. When we had our male national challenge winner on, he was talking about how, the first few weeks when the 10 weeks are over is really critical to keep and sustain what you've been building, so like, because, it happens to a lot of our members. You have that starting point, any point. And we talked about this last week.
Yeah, we did.
Sam talked about it to us specifically.
Like, yes. What's going to keep you going? So now it's more about finding different challenges and maybe stuff you want to do, or different goals, because the 10-week challenge goal is now over. That's finished. So now it's more of finding that balance where, you might not be 100% all in like you were over the 10 weeks, but now you're 80% or 90%. You're still coming, you're working out. You might give yourself a little treat on a Tuesday night, stuff like that. Right?
Or not. I mean, but
or not.
No, don't even go there.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I see that. You can't see this on the radio, but I'm looking at Haley's eyes lighting up.
Slope.
She's like,
right.
Did he
Little
just say I
Tuesday
could have
treat.
some cookies on
I can
Tuesday?
have chocolate on a Tuesday.
Yeah, don't open that box.
Yeah. I know.
Don't, please.
We still have I still have my limits. I try to stay away from Oreos because I can't just eat 2 Oreos. So yeah.
No, we eat the whole sleeve.
We know ourselves. So, but yeah, it is important to stay focused on your goals.
Yep.
Going forward, because it's not everything you accomplish in 10 weeks is not going to. We're always changing. You're constantly changing, so you got to keep that focus.
So talking about my love of chocolate, you posted that I don't know what you called it, with the two
protein pudding. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he always has that in the fridge
So
for me.
good. Yeah.
So whenever I have a craving, that's always
I think that
an
really
option.
is good at kind of crushing that craving.
Yeah, so I don't feel like I've deprived
chocolate.
myself of anything. I
Yes.
still, I've got all the flavor. I've got my sweets.
Yeah, you find a
that
way
are
to make
healthier.
it work. Yeah, yes, and it's still good. We're not.
It is really good.
Yeah, right. Oh, I love that pudding. It's so good.
There's really good, healthy things out there.
There are.
Yes.
You don't have to eat the.
They're just not as readily available. We can't go buy protein pudding cups, unfortunately.
Yeah, you have to
pudding
make
cup.
them.
Right.
Spend time.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
what
good.
Any other thoughts on the 10 weeks, or any advice if there's people out there listening that are like, I've been thinking about doing this, like I just don't know, like any advice you can give our listeners out there about ferals in general?
I think every day we repeated that, trust the process. I mean, just to believe it. Yeah.
Yep. Trust the process.
Yeah, we did trust the process, and it absolutely worked. I would just say, take the plunge. A lot of the things that I had been thinking, like the misgivings, I'm like, I'm 55 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm past time when I can build muscle and all of that kind of stuff, right? Or, maybe I'm just kind of set in my ways. I love French fries and potato chips way too much to ever give them up.
Right.
By the way, didn't touch either one during the 10 weeks, and it was easy to do because the great nutrition stuff, Nicole, that was the game changer for me.
Yeah, I appreciated that you always gave feedback too on the things that I post. That's helpful.
That mattered. It was critical.
Yeah.
And so, finding healthy stuff that was tasty, all of that. But all of the misgivings, I mean, when you get into it, none of it mattered.
Yeah.
None of it mattered.
Yep.
And in the end, I think I'm in the best shape potentially of my entire life.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Well, and then when you think about it, the reasons that were keeping you from doing it were actually the reasons why you needed to do it. Right. Like because you're 55,
Right.
like it's more important than ever because you may not be able to build muscle anymore, which is not true, but that's why it's important because you like French fries and chips.
That's why you need to do it.
That's why you need to do it. So it's like that mindset shift too of like give all of those excuses that you make for yourself. Those are actually the reasons why. That's what you need to have in your head to be, why you want to do it, why you need to do it. I think that's important for people to think about too.
So who's the better pickleball player?
Charles is.
How's Farrell's improved your game? Are you like moving up levels? Like
you don't know anything about pickleball.
Well, all right. So where Farrell's has improved me.
Yes.
I can get to more stuff. So I'm not carrying like 200 pounds of weight now. I'm carrying like 180.
Yeah.
And trust me, 20 pounds going away makes a difference on the court. I'm also a little bit stronger. So those smashes have a little bit more stank on them too.
Yeah.
So, and the quickness has improved a little bit. So the one drawback is that I haven't figured out how to do all of the training and then do tournaments. So like yesterday was a tournament, right? So we're all day out in the sun after an hour's workout.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the afternoon got a little harsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, oh my God, it's been great. And people have noticed. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I walk out on the court and people are like, are you sick? Are you okay?
Right. Yeah.
Are everything all right? You don't have like the big C or something. Right? It's like, no, it's just this work. And they've all to a person, they've been like, wow, this is fantastic. You've done really good stuff. Yeah.
Well, I see awesome. You get tagged on Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was his last name Brown?
Eddie Brown.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's always tagging you guys, like doing like live stuff.
Yep.
Like tagging you at the pickleball courts, And then I tagged you on one. I saw there's this new phenomenon about naked pickleball. Now, nude pickleball.
Yeah.
And I tagged you on that post. I never heard anything back. So I was just like,
I had several responses, but none of them were Facebook appropriate.
Yeah, true.
It hasn't come to our town yet.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Maybe if we stick with
was
this
that in
program,
Florida? I feel like that had to have been in Florida.
I saw it.
That's a Florida thing.
Who I saw
that kind of stuff is always Florida.
I know. I feel like it was a Florida
with
thing.
a possible California second place. Yeah. But
I've seen multiple people share that. But
Yeah,
you
I
were
have
the first
too.
person I thought of. Because I don't know very many people that play pickleball
Like competitively.
But
you know,
you will. It's growing. It's
I mean,
a
maybe
big
we
deal.
should get out there.
You
Maybe
should.
you should take me out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You would dig it.
I talked to Ben about it, doing pickleball
Now
for this summer, just for fun.
Now I'm a competitive person. She is not.
That's why I like pickleball. So I played pickleball before pickleball was
score,
pickleball.
don't you?
I know, but because I used to play when we would go play tennis, I would be like, "Can we play half court tennis?" And that's pickleball. Like I know, I feel like
let's not keep score. Like
I
that's
liked
not.
half court tennis before pickleball was a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but before it was so popular.
Well, we played a little pickleball with my dad when we were in Arizona.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've only played it once.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to get out there.
Yeah. And it is. It can be competitive, and the tournaments are kind of to feed the competitive piece. But the stuff that you do during them, like in the mornings or in the afternoons, you get a group of people, you're shooting the breeze.
Community.
Yeah, it is absolutely a social sport.
Well, I do know one of our oldest member Ron Herman, him and his wife go play too. He goes to Yankee Ridge.
Yep.
But so I know
he's one of those.
Yeah, he's one of those members. He goes to the other gym.
Yes. Yeah.
So I know he goes out and plays too, but that's never something we've never
he plays
gone out.
Well, and we've just about convinced Bill Motes.
Oh,
he came out. You know, he
want him out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. But he's a tennis guy.
Yeah,
I played tennis too.
Interesting.
And he's actually, you know, he's felt the paddle and all of that. He came out to watch some of it. He wants to do something that he can do with his wife.
Yeah.
It's a good sport to do as a couple. Yeah, it's really good. So I think he will be very pleasantly.
Well, we might have to get out there and give this thing a try.
I know. I asked Ben. He said he would be up for it.
We'd have to go get some. I know there's a course. There's courts over off of Highway 2, right by the Highway
Peterson,
Diner.
Peterson Park.
Yep. So we've been
10
there.
courts over there.
Yeah. So maybe we need to go out someday.
Yeah.
The racket corner, they'll let you borrow paddles and see which ones you like before you purchase them.
The racket. Okay. Oh, is it how many pickleball courts are there around town?
Oh, there's a bunch.
There's a bunch. Okay.
A lot of satellite
Peterson's
courts.
the main one.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a bunch.
I always enjoyed playing tennis, when I was younger. But when we played, it was just, let's not keep score. Anything I play, I have to keep score. I cannot. I remember when Katie did basketball in like first grade, and I'm like, they're not keeping score.
Right.
What's the point of this? Like, so I've always been Mr.
T-ball, same thing.
Yes.
It's just a waste. You just let's all hit and everybody gets one base. Like,
no,
stop it.
Yeah. I don't want you to let my daughter score. I want her to score because she earned the score, not just hand her the ball. And so
she hadn't gotten.
I had told her this was in I told her, I said, listen, it's about winning and losing. It's not how you play the game. And she told her coach that in second grade or first grade. I was like, why did you tell your coach that?
Well, because that's what she said.
But I do think Farrell's helps you to be stronger and less prone to injury.
Yes.
Those
other things. And that's the thing with me. Farrell's is what taught me, because I played minimal sports in high school. Farrell's is how I learned that I am athletic, but I'm not competitive. So that tracks with the tennis too. Like, I am not competitive, so I was never in competitive sports, but I am athletic, and that's kind of that's where my fitness came from, was figuring that out through Farrell's and being happy about that. So sorry.
We might have a new endeavor.
All right.
I have to check it out. Okay. See, she's like, let's go. Okay. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little sports. Charles is a huge Steelers fan, and I'm assuming you're Husker fans also.
You're all right.
Oh,
I am.
Okay.
Husker volleyball.
Okay, but we're going to get into this
about
because Charles doesn't seem like he's a Husker fan. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little sports with Charles and Hayley. We'll be right back.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Go to allofiber.com/fiberthings and switch today.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
I present the fruitcake. Long the subject of jokes, ridicule, derision, but did the fruitcake accept its place in the culinary totem pole? No! The fruitcake sought to rise to its full potential at Beatrice Bakery. Premium nuts, high-quality fruits, and the delectable trio of brandy, bourbon, and rum. Grandma's fruitcake is no punchline, but a decadent treat that packs a punch of flavor.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Woohoo! Snarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in here. Final segments. We've been joined by Hayley Malcom and Charles Roberson. They are both 4 a.m. members at the Pioneers location. Hayley was our spring $1,000 winner, so we appreciate them taking their time on Father's Day to come in and share some insights and their story about that. Last segment, we just got a few minutes. Charles is a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And the reason I know that is because one day, I don't know if he wore these and I just finally noticed them, but he was wearing some Steelers socks to the gym.
Yes.
And
I'm guessing it was on a lower body bands day. So
I always wear socks.
He wears Steelers. He wears those Steelers socks a lot.
Okay.
So I, as a sports guy, I had to say something.
Sure.
So what made you become a Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
It was the goofiest of things. So
we love these stories.
Yes. When I was a kid, like about 7-8 years old, okay, me and a friend, David Carr, I have no idea where he is these days, but we used to draw helmets, right?
Okay.
And David was an artist. He could draw like almost all the team logos. I sucked. So there were like 3 or 4.
So it was an easy.
And Steelers, just if you know their logo, it's pretty easy to draw, right? I got that down, right? And then, of course, they were on television because this, I'm ancient. This is like the 70s, and they were.
This was the height, Bradshaw.
Right, the Bradshaw, Rocky Black, Franco Harris.
Just
all
watch every game.
Mean Joe Green, all of those guys, right?
Yeah.
And so you saw them on the television all the time. And then all of the family on my dad's side is from Texas. Okay. And they're huge Dallas fans. And I can't say what I really feel about the Cowboys on the radio.
That wasn't your vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the Steelers would play Dallas and
yeah.
beat them.
Yeah.
So I'm all in. And
Super Bowls,
I've been
everything. Yeah.
all in ever since. So,
isn't that
That's
funny?
a good
Like,
story.
so we saw this meme once about how, men will pick their favorite team when they're 8 years old, and then it'll just ruin their lives for the rest of their lives. Because I'm a Bears fan. I started liking the Bears when they won the Super Bowl. I was 7.
Yeah.
at the time.
No, I hear you.
I was like, oh, this is great. I mean, this is awesome. Haven't won it since. And here I am, still a Bears fan all these years later.
Oh.
And, but you started liking them. And so now they just cause me heartache. And
yeah, let me tell you a little story about the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay.
And that being my favorite team. Because, red's my favorite color.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why our son's a Ravens fan, because purple. He likes purple.
Yeah.
And
again, I'm
where that
thinking
came
this. Again, I'm ancient, so this is like early mid 70s, right? The big red machine. They're going to be great forever.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, you are.
And except for a blip in 1990, yay, nasty boys.
Yeah.
They've been terrible. And so, I feel your pain, Chicago.
But
man.
here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
We don't change.
Nope.
We're loyal.
Gotta be.
And then Hayley, you're a big Husker volleyball fan, right?
I am.
We've really embraced the volleyball. Like living in Iowa, you don't really get a lot of that.
No.
But since we've been here since 2018, we're all in now.
So I started
awesome.
going to Husker volleyball when if you had the football tickets, you could get into volleyball for free.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then as soon as they
Was
started
that
having
still in the Coliseum too?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the
Mhm.
best. It
Mhm.
was so loud in there. Everybody cheered. Everybody
Yeah.
knew the chants, and that was a lot of fun. And then they started having season tickets, got those, and
That's
had those
awesome.
ever since.
Mhm.
So
I know we're gonna go to some matches.
Our
for
son
sure.
really wants to get to some matches.
Yep.
And when we'd come to a game when we lived in Iowa and we'd drive out here, we'd be leaving the game and we'd see,
People.
signs for volleyball, and we're just like, who's gonna go to this? Like we didn't know.
No.
It was just all football to us.
Yeah.
Because you didn't get coverage of that, or
Yes.
basketball or anything being in Iowa. So it
No.
was just all football all the time.
Central
But
Iowa.
now that we're here, you're just kind of
Immersed into it.
immersed. Yeah, that's the word I was
my
looking for.
daughter went to Northwestern, so the first time she went to a volleyball game there, she's the same thing. She's like, "Where is everybody?"
Yeah. We were
She's used to the
talking
place
to
being packed.
Brooke Smith last week, and some of them it looks like they're in like high school
Yes.
gymnasiums. Yeah, that's crazy. So
Like they're in a
always got to
Farrell's
give
gym.
our volleyball shout out. Yeah. So
Yeah, so
are we
we're
getting are we wrapping up? Okay.
No, we
yeah.
are. Just relax.
I'm hearing music in my ears. I know.
So, what are your outlook on the Steelers for this year? What do you think? Tough division.
Well, every other team in the division has an A-list quarterback. Well, I guess Cleveland. Not so
They
much
might
now,
not have any quarterback.
Well, but hanging hopes on. Well, as a Bears fan, Mitchell Trubisky, and so
he was okay.
I'm hopeful.
He was okay.
I'm hopeful that they can make something
I'll-
work, but
well,
it's going to be lean.
I'll tell
for a
you right
while.
now, your head coach is way better than the head coach that Mitchell Trubisky played for in Chicago. So if anybody can get it, it's Mike Tomlin.
Well,
Well, I'm an interior
Yes.
designer. A lot of builders don't have designers on staff. I'm included with our Aspen package and can make your home more custom to your taste, your needs, and your wants.
Rachel's our interior designer at